and I am back with another little crafty hop that, well, no, it's actually not a hop. It's going to be a little series that I want to do, and I didn't invite anybody else because it's my brainchild from like a night ago. Anyways, so I am going to kind of sort of combine a whole bunch of things that I have been involved in over the last, I think it was January, February, and now March. So I'm going to combine a whole bunch of those and play along with She's Crafty and State Goddess in a few things that they've got going on. So She's Crafty, in January and a little bit of February, she had a mini paper pad class. So I am going to play with my mini paper pads that, one, I thought I only had the ones that I showed you guys when I was playing with, which this is all that I have left, truly. Just these little bits right here, okay, from here to here. And then all these little scraps in here. So I pulled out all the ones that I have been finding throughout my room. How did I lose them? Because I categorize things. And so this little paper pad, or these little paper pads, were scattered throughout my room inside my categories. Is that a good thing? Yes, because I knew exactly where they were and I reached for them, which is weird because I didn't consider them as a 6x6 paper pad. I considered them as like a scrap. That's how I played with them, okay? So I'm sorry I lied, because this whole stack right here, it's gotta be 4 inches tall, are my mini paper pads, okay? Then also, She's Crafty right now, and it's never too late to join, is doing a class. It's called Lucky 7, okay? Now, I am not allowed to, it's paid content, so I'm not allowed to share anything, but the grasp of it is pick 7 items that you have had in your stash for quite a while and you want to get rid of, okay? So the point is to de-stash what you have a whole lot of, okay? And for me, I have a whole lot of everything. I'm just gonna say it. I'll admit it. It doesn't look like I have a lot of stuff in this room. I have a very small craft room, you guys. I don't know the exact measurements, 10 by 15 or something like that, plus a bay window. So that adds a little bit of footage, but really that's where my butt goes. So in case you guys are curious. So, but I do. I am a very good, not to toot my own horn, I'm not going to say anything else, but I'm very good at organizing and using up all the space, like every inch of every space I've ever owned. And so when you look at it and you pull all these things out, I have a lot of stuff. So anyways, where was I going with that? Oh yes, 7 items to de-stash. Now I have way more than 7 items, so I'm gonna put a little twist on it. So right here I have a list of the 7, actually it's only 5, plus 2 allowables. And then over here on my embellishment tray, this is usually where all of my embellishments go when I am doing a single layout. And it's not just this tray, I've got bowls and other trays and like this little gorgeous plate that I've pulled out every now and then. I love this plate, you guys. Oh my god, my girlfriend made it. She owns a store. I know. Shameless plug here, but she is Wild Wasabi Designs here in Elko, Nevada, and yeah, she is amazing and talented, and she did all this by hand. Literally, she painted all of this, she burned all of this, all by hand. I love it. Love, love, love it. So anyways, whoop, shameless plug is done and over with. So I took her Lucky 7 and I added a twist to it because I do have so many things. And in my tray is a pair of dice. And here in a minute, I will tell you that twist, okay? So, and I will also tell you guys in a minute what my 5 items are plus the 2 dice, okay? So I'm gonna put that off to the side. What is State Goddess doing? State Goddess, she also owns Scrapping Reflections Scrapbook Store. Go check her out. Another shameless plug. She is amazing, you guys. Some of the stuff, especially her stencils. Her stencils are just out flat gorgeous. I love them, and they're full 12 by 12, and so she does entire background. Oh my gosh. Okay, shameless plug is over with. What is she doing? She has put out a sketch a day. Okay, she has put all this out there on her Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. It is in an album where you can find all of these. Now you can't find this printout. This is something that I do for myself so I can see all of them at a glance, plus keep my ducks in a row, okay? And so anyways, I have all of these sketches that are going to be my inspiration for the month, okay? Then she also pulled out this mood board. Oh my stars. Now my printer, for some reason, I need to play with the settings because it overlarges every photo I've ever had. And so it cut off the gorgeous raincoat, cut off some of the words, cut off her beautiful logo, all that stuff. So she put out this mood board, and I've had a couple questions of what is a mood board. A mood board is something to pull inspiration from. You can pull out the like what is going on in the photo, like this gal is standing in rain. There's rainbows, raincoats, rain boots. There's spring florals. There's this gorgeous sunrise. Could be a sunset as well. I don't remember, or I don't know which direction the sun is going. There's lots of water. There's rainbows. There's, I mean, just bright colors. There's also three. I can't count. But there's also 3 little colors here in the center. It is just a place to pull inspiration from, okay? And you can pull that out in any direction you want, and it doesn't always have to be for, okay, I picked rain the first time. Okay, then just play with rain on day 1, and then do rain boots or puddles on day 2. Or do, like, she's got this muddy little color going on with a little bit of rain, or red, or tripping over my words, a kind of a sort of a grayish going on over here, and then white. That's a great color scheme just in this one little photo right here. At least for me, it is. Ha! I can already see it. Over here, she's got a weave of a baskets. Pull that out. Farming tools, not farming, but gardening tools. And I love this lime green. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. And then over here, it looks like there's another weaved basket that has a little design in it. My photo did cut it off, but in the inspiration that is also on Scrapping Reflections. And again, in an album, because she wants you to put your creations in that album to show other people how you've used this mood board. Okay, so yes, that is, I mean, lots and lots of things. Okay, there's lots of ombre papers out there that have this same color scheme, or you could create your own and use watercolors, use mists, use your ink, use your inks, gelatos, anything to create this ombre color. Yeah, so anyways, that is that for the mood board. How am I going to apply these with Lucky 7 and the mini paper pad class? Well, I'm kind of over doing sketches, you guys. I'm kind of over doing layouts, and here's the truth. Because of last month being on lockdown, which I kind of sort of wasn't, but I did use, a lot of scrapbooking time and a lot of time in my layout albums that I'm running out of photos. Honestly, can anybody honestly say that? I am. I am running out of photos, and I also feel like with 3 months in a row of doing nothing but layouts, I need a break. But I also want to take out your tools Tuesday and wood grain Wednesday and thumbnail Thursday. I also want to keep those in mind when I do this. Well, technically what I have planned will always be thumbnail Thursday. Okay? What I have planned. All right. So I am actually going to take these sketches and I'm going to pull inspiration from every one of them. Now, some of them are very, very light on this little sheet that I have created. Some of these are very, very light, so I will be pulling them up on my big screen right here, so I can see what the inspiration is. Plus, I'll always put them, in one corner or the other in my video, so you guys can also see where I'm pulling that in for inspiration from. But I'm going to pull the little bits, and I'm actually going to make embellishments all month long. That is what I plan on doing, and making, something out of what I see within each of these sketches. Okay? Is it a great challenge? It is. But I have mini paper pads to play with, and I have my Lucky 7 to play with, okay? And I have my awesome inspiration board to play with. Okay, all right, so now you know what I'm going to be doing. What am I going to be using? So we're gonna go back to Lucky 7, and my first 5 are kind of the staples, you know, the foundations of what I'm going to be using, all right? So of course I have my mini paper pads. I also have, and right here is my representation, pocket cards, okay? I have all shapes and sizes of pocket cards. So that is also something I'm going to bring in and be using. I also have my entire mixed media arsenal. I am bringing in, I don't want to limit myself. I have gelatos that I've touched like twice. Yep, I do. I have watercolors of all different kinds. I have the ones in the tubes. I have the little clay discs. I have, you know, that come from like Michael's. And I also have very expensive little watercolor containers that are from like Amy Tan and Vicky Boutin and all those other good stuff, okay? I also have my mists. I have my, well, sprays are the same thing, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I also have my, I think they're pastes, mousses. I'm not sure what they're called, you guys, but all of mine are dried out, and I want to use them. If they're dried out, I'm tossing them. If they, I'm done playing with them. Or trying to get them to re-moisten up. I just can't do it anymore. Also, you know, I have, yeah, I've got all that stuff, you guys, and I don't want to limit myself, so I wrote down the whole arsenal. I also have doilies, but I'm going to give myself gears, because I see a gear as a doily. They go hand in hand in my brain. So I wrote down doilies and gears. Then I also have shaker blisters. Do you guys know what those are? Let me pull one out for you. Ow! It's okay, I just tripped over a dog. We're all good. Okay. So these are shaker blisters. All right. Now, these are meant for card making, or they are meant for a pretty thick 3D embellishment on your layout. Now, I've used a couple in my layouts. They are pretty thick, but I love using them, okay? This one happens to have a die to go with it, so it's kind of a funky shape, but it's one of those tall latte cups that you get. And so this is the inside, and it's to make it look like it's a drink. Anyways, I have a lot of these. I have a bunch of these, and I'm not using them. And so I want to challenge myself to use them. Will I be making cards with them? Maybe, maybe not. I do have the full intention of creating like card fronts. And then that way, you know, if the end user ends up wanting to put them on a card, that is perfectly fine. If they end up wanting to put them on a layout, again, perfectly fine. And I did say the word end user because I probably will create all of these embellishments, and then, you know, what am I going to do with them, right? It depends. Depends on what I create, how many I create. Because sometimes if I have multiples of things, like this right here, I have 4 of each of these pieces of paper in here. Well, ish. I have used some, okay? So I can't guarantee I have 4, but I might. And that means that, you know, I could make 4 of the exact same thing depending on what else I choose to go with it, okay? Or they are similar to but not exact, using the exact same thing, okay? So I don't need 4 of something. I truly do not. All right, so I'm definitely thinking about what I can do with all of these embellishments when I am done. Okay, so now we've gotten to shaker blisters. My allowables. My allowables are all my tools, which is my die cut machines, my dies, my stamps, my... What other tool do I have? My punches. Yeah, all my tools, okay, will be at my disposal. I'm not going to forget them, leave them out. And then, of course, I wrote stamps just in case I didn't list those as being a tool. All right, then I have this big box, this huge, ginormous box. Well, that is where the dice come into play. Okay, so I have 1 dice and 2 dice. This makes number 6 on my list for for the Lucky 7, and this makes number 7. This one here represents bulky items. Now, I know that the shaker blisters are bulky, but I wanted to list them separate because of the fact that how I'm going to play with these dice are kind of a game where this one I wanted to play with all month long. Okay, so for these dice, every week I will be rolling the dice. So every Sunday I'm going to roll the dice and change what I play with. Okay, so that's how it's going to work, which means it gives me 7 days to play with one item and kind of dwindle it down a little bit. I have a lot, but not a lot, not like 4 inches worth. Okay, so for my bulky die, that's this one or this one, depending on, you know, if I get them mixed up. So my bulky die represents wood veneer for number 1, brads for number 6, okay, enamel dots if I roll a 2, metal pieces if I roll a 3. I collected all the metal pieces back in the day, you guys. I just absolutely love them, okay. Flare for number 5. They're in a drawer, in a bin. I totally forget about them all the time unless somebody says, hey, put a flare on it. Oh, psst. Yeah, I have those. And then sequins are for number 4, okay. So what am I going to put in my blisters if I don't roll a number 4 every week? Well, let me tell you, I have punches of all sorts, all shapes and sizes, and those can also be put in here. If you don't have any sequins, I also have glitter that I can play with, and then I also have what is it? I can't think of the name of it right now. Anyways, beads. That's what it is. It's called beads. So I also have a few little beads. I don't have a whole lot, but those are other things that you can put inside a shaker blister if you don't have sequins. All right, what does my next die represent? My next die is just use it up. I just want to use the things, okay? I was going to do textures, but then I kind of sort of ran out of what is defined as a texture. So I just changed it to use it up. And the first one on my list for if I roll a 5, it will be ribbon and twine. If I roll a 4, it'll be a cut file. Now I have cut files that are uber super big, and I have cut files that are teeny tiny. So I will be using the teeny tiny ones for this project for this month. Die cut embellishments for number 3. Tiny words for number 2. Washi for 1, and clips for 6. And what I mean by clips are paper clips, clothespins, and the other word. Oh, let me go get them. Okay, so I have paper clips aplenty. I have clothespins aplenty, and then these guys. Now these guys are pins, but they also have a clip inside them. Like they have a little curly cue right here to where you can clip something in there. Okay, so I have those. And then of course, you know, like I said, I have clothespins or paper clips all over the place. So that's what I mean by clips, okay? So that is my Lucky 7. That is my mini paper pad class. And it is also my inspiration for the month, okay? So this is what I'm going to do. I do not plan on doing this introduction every single time. I will just actually pin this video up into the rest of the month if anybody wants to know, okay, what is she doing? I don't understand it, okay? Because basically I'm just going to go, okay, this is our sketch. This is what I'm pulling from it. Let's make some embellishments. That's it, okay? So I am going to roll the dice to see what it starts, because today is Thursday and I need to go all the way to Sunday. Sunday is when I will re-roll the dice. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I will have 3 days to play with these 2 options right here. And basically what it is I'm going to roll them both at the same time, okay? Now I know, call me a cheater, I know, but if I roll a 1 and a 5, okay, then I can look at the 1 being wood veneer or flare. And then I could also look at over here, the 1 being washi or twine. All right. So I do want to give myself that option just in case. It's kind of like a, you know, like what am I in the mood for type thing. So I rolled a 6 and a 5. So I've got brads and flare or brads or flare and ribbon or clips. Okay. So I think I'm going to go with brads and ribbon. okay? Because clips and brads are kind of the same thing in my brain, and flare and clips are kind of the same thing. So I'm going to go do the ribbon and the brads. That is what I will be playing with for today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And then on Sunday, I will re-roll the dice. All right, let's get going. And this is the first sketch. Please hold. This is the sketch that we will be playing with. Now it's kind of blurry, kind of hard to tell, but we have like a circle bits up here with a bunch of leaves hanging down. Lots of mixed media kind of like twining around, going down into this title. I also have like what looks like a punched out piece, like so a leftover right here, a little label, and some more leaves there, and then mixed media over here. Okay, so I'm going to pull from, I'm going to see this one here as one cluster and this one here as one cluster. All right, let's get going. Yes, let's play.